Alrighty, so my Walmart suddenly in the last 2 days went from being a barren wasteland of toys to an almost toy nirvana, new toy nirvana. I walked in tonight and I'd seen a couple of little Iron Man 3 figures there trickling in, and a couple of little amazing, Ultimate Spider-Man toys trickling in, and empty Transformers section, maybe a couple, maybe a case of Ninja Turtles, but like nothing amazing. And then I walked in tonight and it was like they'd done their reset. Like a whole section of Ultimate Spider-Man, a huge section of Iron Man 3, including like all the little figures, the assemblers, the Marvel Legends, like it was just a huge section, and all the Transformers had updated. I saw Optimus Prime and Predaking Voyagers. I saw they didn't have the new bot shots. Although honestly, I was so excited by finding some of the new Cyberverse stuff that I didn't even look for the bot shots. So maybe they had them. I didn't see them there. I don't recall seeing them there. But yeah. So I picked up TWINSTRIKE. TWINSTRIKE, and I actually also picked up Commander Predaking, but we'll get to him in a different video here in a little bit. And he's really cool. I picked him up. I know that Target's going to have a set. He is part of ABOMINUS. They are doing a Cyberverse Legion combiner. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see how it is. All of the individual characters look like they're going to be pretty aces individually, and TWINSTRIKE's great by himself. So we'll get into that in just a little bit in the review. So he's a little double-headed, double-trailed dragon. He's a Sinner Twin, I think is what his analog is in ABOMINUS. That was his character. But two-headed dragon. He does have a removable piston hammer here, which is actually kind of a neat-looking weapon. But just a little hammer. And he's just a little two-headed dragon. He's got ball joints on his head, but he can't lift up much higher than that. But they can turn out to the sides and look around and be cool. Everybody be cool, this is robbery. No, anyway, that's Pulp Fiction. That's a completely different thing. That's a tasty burger. Anyway, enough. But yeah, he's got a pretty innovative transformation for such a little dude. And part of it involves, to transform into a robot, you start off with what I think is the coolest part of it. You rotate his feet around down here, and then to become the legs, you actually take this upper thigh panel, pull it out like this, and rotate it around to the lower leg, and then plug it in again. And that thickens out the lower leg and turns it into a robot leg versus the very animalistic, kind of backward knee leg over here. I think that's really cool. I think it's just a neat little transformation point. You just flip that around and it totally changes the aesthetic of that leg into a robot leg. Kind of a bell-bottomed robot leg, but a robot leg nonetheless. You take these front legs and you want to kind of rotate them around and up back here. Take the dragon heads, split them down to the side, and then bring the ball joint out to the side like that. And there you've got his arms. Flip this tail all the way up onto the back. These unfortunately have no posability in them, so you just kind of got to position them wherever they're least. There's a ball joint right here, but that's it. Where they're least obtrusive. And then you open up the front, and you can see right there you flip his head around like that. And there's TWINSTRIKE in robot mode, and he can hold this like this way as a gun, like he was holding it in animal mode. Again, he can hold it sideways if you want it as a gun, and he can also hold it down here by the post as his piston hammer. Some really nice teal paint here on the face, really nice detailing, and really kind of awesome for such a tiny little dude. As I mentioned, he is part of ABOMINUS. I don't think there's going to be any remolds to him, because the way he hooks in is he's kind of got his dragon heads down here as the fingers, and then these come down around as the other half of the hand from what it looks like in the pictures, so he's kind of got a monster hand. And I'm pretty sure he's probably going to connect. There's a couple pegs on the inside of each of these legs up here, and I suspect since they have no purpose here in robot mode, that they're going to clip on to something like that. That's how he's going to attach as an arm. Now, granted, I haven't seen this figure in any great detail, just the promo shot, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to attach. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, he's like $6 at Walmart. I think they're $5.96 they're charging for these. Yeah, and that's a little, I think, on the high side, but not horrible. He's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of these guys come out. I'm really looking for the Blot and what's the other word? The other guy I'm thinking about. The analogs. Their names aren't Blot or anything like that, but I think Blight is his name. There's a couple of really cool looking dudes in the Terracon set. But yeah, there he is. Cyberverse Legends or Cyberverse Legion. I don't know, the smaller size TWINSTRIKE.